Yo people, and welcome back to another hardware review, and we are back with Vaptio. This time we are looking at the Tyro Nano kit. Now we've already done its brother and I quite liked it. Now do I like this one? It's a 900 mAh battery and it also takes Nautilus coils. So let's do like what we normally do. We'll have a little look around the box, we'll show you everything you get inside it. Then we'll have a look around the device itself and then we'll do the pros and cons and the bits that we've missed. Right, straight away onto the box. As you can see at the top it does say Vaptio. You've then got your mod and then underneath it says Tyro Nano. And then you've got your warnings. If you look on the side, you've got your scratch and sniff, and it tells you that it is Vaptio. On the other side, you've also got the Vaptio logo. And on the back, you've got everything that's included in the kit. You've also got don't vape in a bin and all the kite marks and also the warnings. That's the box itself. Now, all the contents, just like normal, if you look above my shoulder, shating, are there. Right, let's have a little look at this. It is made out of stainless steel. It is very, very stealthy. Very, very small and thin. Right, let's do like we normally do, top to bottom. It is a 510 drip tip. I'm not overly keen on this drip tip if I'm honest with you. Now, to fill it, you just unscrew it. And as you can see, it's got them two kidney wells either side. And it's also got that silicone bung on there. Now, that's therefore so it doesn't drip out. And also so it's child-proof. So they don't drink it or anything like that. Now, it is an all-in-one tank, so you can't take it off and you can't put another tank on there. Now, just a tip for you. Now, when you first get this, the coil that comes with it, and there's only one coil, but we'll get onto that later, it isn't already fitted. Now, it's a little bit of a pull when you're trying to get the glass off of it. Now, the actual O-ring sticks to the glass. It takes a little bit of pulling off, but pull it off the glass and then fit it round the bottom. Make sure it's fitted all nice and snugly, and you'll find it's a lot easier to get it back on. Right then, like I said, it's a 2mm tank. And what you do is, as I said, you take off the glass. You've got your coil. The coil is C1, which is the Cosmo coils, which is a Canthal 1.6 ohm, and that's best between 10 and 15 watts. Now what you do is, as you can see, is you take the glass off, just screw it into the top, put your glass back on top, and screw it in. Now make sure you do prime your coils, a little bit in the top and a few around the little dots around the sides, as you can see these little holes. And you screw it back in and you are ready to go. Leave it roughly about 10 minutes before you use it to make sure that juice is soaked in. If you have a little look at the bottom, you've got your kite mark, don't vape in a bin, and it also tells you that it's between 7 and 30 watts, and it's a 900 mAh battery, and it's designed by Vaptio. Its airflow is a fixed airflow, so you can't change it, and it's the same on either side. Now, to actually turn it on, it's very, very simple. 5 clicks on and 5 clicks off. If you have a little look around the side, you have got your charging port. Now, that's roughly your mod. So, the pros and the cons. Let's go to the cons first. Now, this one's a little bit of a personal one. I'm not too keen on the drip tip. I don't like it. It is interchangeable, but I'm not too keen on this. Now, the filling mechanism is quite simple. You just unscrew it. You've got 2 kidney wells. And then you've got that film. I'm going to call it a film across it, which is for your anti-leak and also child protection as well. So, obviously, they don't drink it. I can understand why it's there, but I'm not too keen on it. Because if you get your nib of your bottle and you put it in and it doesn't quite push the film down, all the juice comes back out. I can understand why it's there, but I'm not too keen on it. Also, it's a fixed tank. I've done the Solo 2, I've done the F2 for them. I'm not too keen on a fixed tank. Another big one as well is you don't get a spare glass with it. So if you break the glass, game over. You've got to go and source another glass. So Vaptio, stick another glass in there just in case. It's also fixed airflow. You can't change the airflow on it. Big con to me. I like to be able to dial down the actual airflow in. Now let's get on to these coils. Big downfall on it, you only get one coil. So again, Vaptio, if that person buys that kit and the coil is a dud coil, that means they can't use that kit they have just bought. Stick 2 in them. That's all. It don't cost that extra to stick another one in there. And let's talk about this. They are called the Cosmo coils. And there's a number of them. I think there's about 4 or 5 of them. Now, these fit the Cosmo kit, fits the Tyro, the big Tyro, and the Tyro Nano. Now, the one that comes with it is the C1. This is the mouth-to-lung Canthal 1.6 ohm, and it's best between 10 and 15 watts. So this, when they send it to you, is a mouth-to-lung kit. Perfect for somebody just coming off the stinkies. But they've got other coils that fit this. So the C2 is a 0.7 ohm coil, and that's direct to lung cancel, and that's 15 to 30 watts. But there's another coil as well that you can get, which is the C4, and a little bit different. It's a 0.7 direct to lung, but it's a mesh coil, and that's best between 10 and 20 watts. Now, why didn't you give them the option? You could have put the mouth to lung one in there, which is the 1.6, and you could have either put the mesh coil in there, or you could have put the 0.7 ohm, so you've got a direct to lung. Extra coil in there, and you could have given the choice then between mouth to lung and direct to lung. They haven't done it. Come on, Vaptio, you should be doing stuff like that. It does take the Nautilus coils. I haven't actually had a Nautilus coil here, so I couldn't actually do it myself. I haven't actually tested it, but I know it fits. And obviously, I can only tell you about the mouth to lung coil. What about the clouds? What about the flavour? Once I find the button. Flavour's absolutely corking. Not bad clouds. The only trouble is, again, which is a big con, it sounds so loud. It's like an aeroplane taking off. Listen. How bad's that? It's so loud. The flavour's really good and really good clouds. I'd love to have tried a direct to lung coil in this and see what it was sort of like, and if it was the same sort of noise. It is a mouth to lung, but it's quite an airy mouth to lung. You're not like sucking a golf ball through a nose. Let's get some positives on it. I do love the flavour from it. Really nice flavour. It is very, very stealthy. Fits in your hand. Like I said, it's a 900 mAh battery in there. 1.6 ohm coil. Getting quite a while out of the battery on it. It's going to be good for somebody who's starting off, getting off them stinkies. But are they going to be able to use it with that noise? That's the big thing. Very loud. It's also can be a little, when you first like prime it and when you first fill it up, it can be a little bit gurgly as well. I've never had it leaking or anything like that, but it can be a little bit gurgly. All in all, what do I reckon to it? The biggest thing that puts me off is the airflow, the sound of the airflow. I think Vaptio should have put at least 2 coils, maybe stuck the mesh one in there to give somebody the option. You need a spare glass with it because, like I said, if you break it, that's game over. You're going to have to go and source a glass. The idea is there. It's not as good as its big brother. I think there's some little tweaks I could do with this, and it would be a really good, decent starter kit. Obviously, the pod systems are all out of there, and these things are like old. But I still think there's a market for these. Well, a big shout out to Vaptio and also Bobby. A big shout out to Bobby for sending this out for review. I've been reviewing for Vaptio a hell of a long time. And a big thing I will say to them, I've had lots of devices and they don't mind. They want an honest review. They want you to tell you the actual truth. They're not one of these companies where you tell them about it and then they'll never send you anything to review again. They are an honest and a really nice company. And I've been reviewing for them for years, from when I first ever started. They're one of the first ever companies to sort of send me anything. So yeah, big shout out to Vaptio. So if you've liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe and share. The subscribe button's in the corner. Give it a little press and get me to that new magic number. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And there's one last thing to say, people. Keep them juices flowing. Don't forget to check out my latest video. Also, don't forget to check out 3 Men and a Vape Show live at 8 PM every Wednesday. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll catch you later.